Hi everyone, so welcome back to Daily of Coding. So in today's video, we're going to implement Firebase authentication with email and password. And also what we're going to do in this video, you can see the 4 things that we're going to do. So the first one, we're going to sign up the user or create an account with user with their email and password. And after that, we're going to verify that email. And the next thing is we're going to reset the password if they forgot the password. And when they log in, they want to update or change the password. Yeah, we can update the password. And then the last thing is we're going to delete the account. All right, so let's do that. All right, so before we start, so what I'm gonna do for this video, I'm gonna implement this feature inside my previous video. So I have another video that doing Firebase with Next.js. So I have implemented the authentication with it with login with Google. So I will implement this feature inside this project. So you can find the link in the description to that video and also to the repo, to my GitHub repo. But if you are not using Next.js, you can still watch this video as well, because the first part of the video, I will focus on the implement the core functionality that needed to do this one. So mainly we're going to create like the function that will do something that will enable us to do this functionalities. So, and after that, we will do the integrated with Next.js. So if you are using Next, you can keep continuing that. All right, so hope you get this one. All right, so let's start coding. All right, so before we start coding, I just want to show you what this look like for the final projects with Next.js. So as you can see right here, I have 3 links right here that will go to sign up and login, and then the admin, which is protected. And for this page, it's not protected at all. So I'm gonna go into sign up. First, I'm gonna sign up the user. I'm gonna pass my email right here, and then I'm gonna give the password that I want to sign up to for this account. So I'm gonna give like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm gonna do this one, sign up. So it's gonna send me the verification link to my Gmail. So if I open here, I can click on this link. It's gonna verify me, and after that, it's gonna allow me to click continue. It will go back to my apps. So after that, I'm automatically logged in. So if I go to admin, so I can see that I'm verified. This is my ID. And one more, you can see that we have delete account and update the password, which I'm not going to show in this demo, but I'm going to click log out. One more demo is I'm going to do forget the password. So I'm going to pass my email again. So I can click forget password. So it will send me to reset password at this email as well. So right now, if I go back in here, you can see that this is reset password. So I'm gonna, so it can here, you can give a password you want. So I'm gonna do 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna reset my password. So after reset, it's gonna give a continue button as well to go back into the login. So right now I am here, so I can use the password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can log in. So right now I'm back. If I can go to admin, all right. So you can see right now I can be able to do all of these things. All right, so now you can see the demo. So let's implement this one. All right, so here I'm using VS Code, so you can use any tag that you want. If you want to follow along, go ahead and clone my projects. I leave the link in the description. So as you can see right here from my previous video, I have implemented only 2 methods that log in with Google and log out right here. So what I will add into here, the full functionality that we want to do. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to create a user with email and password. So I'm going to create the function for this one. So I'm going to call here. So first I'm going to give it some space. Okay. So we're going to do create user with emails and password. And password. It's going to be an async function. Inside here, well, we can do try and catch as the same thing for this one. So I can just copy and paste this one. And inside here, what I can do is I can await Firebase .auth.create user with email and password. So then I need to pass the email and a password to this one. So well, first I'm going to pass them the emails. And then we're going to pass them the password. So where do we get this one? We will get this one from the this as a param of this one. So I'm going to copy this one. Oops. And then after we have this one, so what we get this one is will be user credential. So I can store this one. So I can do user cred is going to be equal this. So to send a verification email, what we can do is to await user credentials dot user dot send email verification. So by doing this one, it will send the email link to verify your emails. But so if you want to have the verify link that have the button to like to click continue back to your page, you can give the one more param, which is URL. So which is the like the return after you verify. So you can which a route you want to return to. So in my case, I will return this one to the local host. Localhost 3000. So this one you need to be changed. If you are publishing this one to production, you can put your domain name to any route you want. So since after they verify, I will and they also already log in, so I will push them back to here. So all right, so you need to change this one whatever you want. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for the core functionality of this one. And the next thing, oh, I forgot to return from this one. So what I need to return from this one is going to be user credentials dot user. So I will use this one for my apps. But the core to create a user and sign up there, create a new account, and to verify the email and put the return email back, so like the link to go back is finished. All right, so next we need to sign in the user with the email and password. I think this one is going to be really similar. So I can just copy and paste this one. So we need both of this one. So rather than call create, we're going to do sign in user with emails and password. We do need this one as well. And for this one create, we're going to change this one sign in with email and password. And we don't need the verifications. All right, so that's pretty much it for the sign in. And next we going to reset the password. So let's say reset password is going to be the same things. I'm going to copy and paste this one. Not basically the same thing. So what we need is we don't need the password, right? We need their email. So they need to provide us an email so then that we can verify them. So for now, I'm gonna clear this one. So for reset, we need to get the Firebase current user. Actually, I'm sorry, my bad. So we need to get the auth and then we pass the email to them to send the link to do the verification, to do reset. So we're gonna do await Firebase auth. We're gonna do send password reset email. So for this one, it's gonna send the email to this email right here that we're gonna pass to. And then it's gonna send a link to reset the password as you've seen in the demo. And also we need to pass one more parameter. So this is optional, but if you pass this one, it's gonna be really good. So because after they reset the password, we can click continue to go back into the route that you want right here, just like after they verify the email. So we can do the localhost 3000. And then let's say after they reset the password, I want them to go back to my login page. All right, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this one. Oh, I don't need to return anything. I can just try and catch password right here. So that is the core functionality of the reset password. So next is to delete account. So the delete account is really simple. All right, so for now, I can just copy this one. And then we don't need to pass anything for delete account. So we can delete account. And so to delete account, we need to get the Firebase.current user. So rather than this one, we can do .current user .delete. Okay. So if anything wrong, we catch this one and we set this one right here. That's pretty much it for delete. And last but not least is going to be the updated password. So I can pass in here. So I can copy this one, update password. And so to update the password, we're going to use the current user as well. We're going to update this one. So current user, update the password, and then they can pass the password that they provide to us. So it's going to be new password. And then voila. So right now we have the password inside here. And after we successfully, let's say you want to return something from this one, let's say update successfully or something like that, update done or finish. All right, so I think that is pretty much it of the core functionality of the things that we wanted to do for this video. So right now you can use this one inside to any of your applications. So maybe you use with Vue or use with just React. All right, so for the next part, will call this one inside our next apps. So currently we do not call anything just yet. If you look at to our auth hooks right here, we have just only login with Google and logouts only. So in the next video, in the next part, we're going to implement this one. All right, see you guys in the next part. All right, so welcome back to part 2. So in this part, we're going to implement the core functionality for our next projects. So currently we have the home page right here, and we do have the page login, which is right now we have the login with Google, and we have one more page. I think it's gonna be admin. So I cannot go into admins because the admin page is protected. So first I'm gonna link the route from the index page right here to the to route that I'm gonna create soon. So I'm gonna create the link for this one. It's going to links right here, href to first is gonna be logins, and I can do login right here. Oops. And then the other one is going to be the admin. And I will create a new page soon that's going to be called sign up. So it's going to be sign up, and this one is going to be admin, right? So then we need to implement the link right here. Not implement, like to import the link. So from next/link. So right now, if I go back in here, I should be able to have the login. This one should not call admin. I'm going to call this one called sign up. Okay, so maybe I can put this one inside the H1. So I'm not care too much about the stylings. So right now we have this page. So if I click on login, very nice. It's going to, when I click on login, it's also redirect me this one as well. So first we're going to focus on sign ups. So I can create the page, sign up page.js. All right, so I'm going to do OFC. I'm going to close this one. Zoom this one a little bit, make it to the middle. So for the sign up page, we going to have, it's going to be really simple, is we going to have the form of this one, and the form is going to have 2 input. So the input is going to be types of this one is going to be emails, and the other one is going to have a type of password. So and the last one is going to be a button. For this one is going to be create user. I'm going to call this one create user. Very nice. The next thing is because this one, and also when we do with sign up, so we want to protect this one as well, just like login. So I can do is I can use with the hook that I have created. So I can export defaults with public. So this one is going to be with the with public route. So I can import this one from going back to this one, go to source/hook/route, and then I can import with public, and then I can export with public hooks right here, and then I can pass the sign ups right here. Nice. Oops, I think I misspelled this one. So now we have this form right here. So we need to do when they click on login. So we want to click on create. So we want to call our auth, a use auth. So since we're using with public, we can get the auth from here as the props. and then we can destructure from this one. So we will get from the auth. So we need to let's say create a user. So for that we need to go into back to our auth right here. So we're going to add more function to this one. So I'm going to back to auth service. So this is the function that we want. I can just copy the name of this one. I create a new one, const equal to this. It's going to be an arrow function. So it's going to be an async await as well. So an async right here. And we can call await this one auth service dot create user with email and password. And from this one, we need to get the emails as a param from this one. So later on, when we call this one, we can pass this one to our function below. So, and then we can control C this one, and then control V. So for this one, so what the return type from this one is going to be either user or an error. So we can destructure from this one as well. So I can destructure this one. We have a user and we do have an error. All right, so nice. So next, what we can do, we can check for this one. So for now, we can check that we can set if whatever they pass. So whenever they call this function, whatever they pass this email and password, if it's empty, we're gonna return them some things. So I can check if emails and password, if has this both this one has a value, we're going to do this. Otherwise, if it's not have any errors, so what we can do else. We can set the error. We do have an error message right here, which is a string. So I can set the error right here that emails and password cannot be empty. Voila. So, and this one, after they return successfully, so I mean like we can check if error. So if any error, so if an error, what we can do is we can set the error with the error message that we have from this one, and we return empty. Or if it's not an error, we can do, I think we don't have, or we can set the user. So with the user that we have in here, this one, or if there's no user, we're gonna return nulls, and otherwise we're gonna do push to the page. So after well, first we're gonna create a new user. So if any error, we're gonna set the error message, and then we stop right here. We stop in this place. But if it's successfully, we set the user, we can get the current user. And after that, what we need to do next is to push them to go to verify route. So for this one, I am going to create the router inside here. Const router is going to be equal to use router. Okay, so I'll import here from next router. So what I can do is I can push from this place, router.push to the verify route. So I can go pass to verify route, so which we are not created yet, so we will do that. And then also I want to push the query param so that we can get the email from this one as well. So right now I can push to verify, and then I can get the email. So I pass the email something like here, which is going to be equal to this one, and it's going to be this, and then we're going to pass user.email. I think, or we can pass the email that we have in here from here. Very nice. All right, I think that's pretty much it. So right now we can pass this one to our provider, so we can use this one anywhere in our application. So right now I can get the user, I can get the create the auth this one. Also I want to have an error as well. So in here I'm gonna do just the same. I think I have implemented this one inside a login. So let's go ahead and do that. Very nice. I'm gonna copy and paste this one. So by this one, what I do is like I check if there's an error. So if it does, show it the error. And voila. So next we need to handle on submit. So when we on submit this one, so we're gonna do, let's say, I'm gonna call this one sign up. actually call this one lowercase, so it's gonna, if I do uppercase, it's gonna conflict with this one. Or we can do handle sign ups. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna create a function for this one. And then we have an event. So we don't want to, when the user click on the button create, we don't want it to reload the page. So we're gonna do prevent default. So we're gonna prevent default. So then we're gonna call this function right here. So it's gonna be an async. So we can do await this one, and then we're gonna pass email and password. So then we need to read the state from this one. So to read that, I can create this use ref for this one. I'm gonna do emails equal to use ref, and then there's the other one is gonna be equal to password. Is gonna be equal to use ref as well. And then you can pass the reference to this one is gonna be equal to email. And the reference for the password is going to be password. So you can use state as well, but what you have to do, you need to listen to on-chain for both of this one, and then you need to set up the state. But this one, we use ref, it's better because we don't want to constantly like listen for on-chain, like something like that. And to get the value for the email and password, what we can do is going to do emails.current.value. .value, and also we have the password.current.value. So voila. So right now we be able to do this one. All right, so if we take a look at this function right here, we go back to auth right here, we could see that if we do successfully, we're going to push to this verification route right here, but currently we do not have it yet. So I'm going to create one for now. So we're going to do verify.js. And then inside here, I can do OFC. And for this one, you can just have the message, something to display the message. Please check your emails, and then we can get an email. So where do we get this email? So if we look right here, I pass this one as query param. So we can use router for this one. So const router equal to use router. I think use router. So this one import from Next.js. And then this is gonna be failed because our function need to be uppercase, our component. So and then I can get the emails. So I can destructure like this one equal to router.query. Voila. So and then I think I spelled this one wrong. Should be email. Nice. So after we click on sign up, it's gonna redirect me to this route, and then we can see the email. And also we can check, also it's gonna send me to my Gmail as well. Alright, so before doing so, I'm gonna refresh this one, make sure that I do not have yet the account. So first I'm gonna delete the account first for this one, and then I'm going to register. So delete web codings mo@gmail.com, and then first I'm gonna make the an error, so make sure that our function run properly. So I'm gonna do give it 4 character. Usually Firebase, when you create user with email and password, they require you to pass at least 6 character. If I click it right here, voila. So right now we got the error message. And one more thing is that for this email right here, you can pass any email you want. It doesn't have to be legit or not. So that's why we need to do verification step, right? We don't want to unverify email to use our application. So now I'm going to pass the right email. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to create user. So yeah, you can see it for a moment, it behaves not properly. So we will working on that one. But for now, we can go into here. We can see the new email has been sent. So this is the link to verify the email. So I think before we going to click on that, I'm going to show you some flaw for this one. For now, let's say I'm going to go into the localhost 3000. I can go to admin. So you can see right here why we're doing that. So well, first of all, what we have done before, we do not check if the email is verified or not. So because when we click on sign up, we also automatically log in. So that's why we can go to admin. So what we want to do is we want to protect this page right here. So right now I'm not yet verified, but I can go to admin. So this is not what we want. So we need to protect that one. So let's go first. But first I'm going to show you the user first. So I can do the h1 right here. I can do .user.emails verify. And then if it's verified, I can just print the message that email is verified. L is gonna be no verify. So we can see right here that our email is not verified. All right, so to protect this admin route right here, you can go into the routes right here that we implement for protected. So as you can see right here with our admin, we are using with protected. So we check that, okay, if the user is null, so I mean like if there's no auth user, we going to redirect them to the logins. So otherwise else we going to render the component. So in here we can just check or auth.user.verify email. So I can just let's say copy in here email verify. So we can check that, okay, if your email is not verified, we also redirect you to the login as well. So right now if I would go back to admin, I can refresh this one. If I try to go to admin again, I will not be able to go to the login. Why? So the reason is that we do not change the login yet. So because yeah, we do have right now currently we have a user, but the user auth email is not verified. So we can check the same thing for this one. It means that hey, if you have a user and you are verified, we will go in, you are indeed authenticate, but if you do not have this one, we going to we're gonna render you. So right now if I do this, I can go back to logins. So yes, because we already log in, we can come back. Because we are already logged in, that's why we have this user ID, but they cannot do anything just yet because let's say because our protected here, they cannot go and do anything. So we need to verify this one. So for this one, we can go back into the sign up again. So let's do sign up again. I think my verification link is going to be expires. So before doing that, I need to delete the user first. So I can copy the emails and I can delete this one. And then I'm going to pass this one. First, I'm going to close this too. And now I can go give a password 1 2 3 4 5 6. And then I'm going to create a user. So right now it sends me the link. So you can see right now there's a latest link right here. I think before I'm going to click this link, I can show you again. Let's go to admin. So right now they cannot let me in. So what I can do, I can click on this link. So right now it's been verified. So you can see we have the continue. So the continue right here is the parameter that we pass the URL that we want to return. So I click continue, it will return me to localhost 3000. So right now, this time I should be able to go to admin and it has verified. And can I go to login? No. Can I go to sign up? No. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. So once again, to show you the auth service right here. So this is the localhost 3000 that we return to. So you can just return this one to any route you want. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the create user and verify their email. So in the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to sign in, or maybe we can do sign in or do forget the password. All right, so see you guys in the next part. All right, so for this part, what we're gonna do is to reset the password. So right now, well, first I'm gonna go to admins and I'm gonna go log out first. So right now I'm gonna be login. So what we're going to do is going to implement the function of the reset password at the login. So, and also we're gonna do the login functionality for this one as well. So right now I'm gonna go back to the login page. So right now we have a user ID right here. I think I'm gonna remove this one. So for the login is gonna be really similar to sign up. So I can copy and paste some of the code over here, such as the form right here. So I can just copy and paste the forms, go to logins and paste it right here. Probably I'll give an h1 right here, login with emails and password. Okay, so for this function we do not implement yet, so I'm going to copy some of the user ref right here. All right, and paste it right here, and also we need to import this one. Okay, so handle, so I'm gonna call this one, call handle sign in or handle login. All right, just do something like this one. I'm gonna create a function for this. So now we not do anything just yet, so I'm gonna change this one to login. Okay, nice. So right now I can delete the user. I can go into our auth right here to see what can we have in here. So inside this one, we do not, I think we do not implement the functions sign in with this one just yet. So for that, we can go into our auth service. Inside our auth service right here, I can just copy this functions and then go back into our auth hooks. I can do something like this. And inside here, basically it's gonna be mostly it's gonna be the same thing as this one. So we're gonna have an error, but instead this one we're gonna do sign in with Gmail, with email and password. This one is gonna be async. Await, and then we're gonna have an emails as params, emails, and then we have a password right here. And then if we have an error, we resend an error. If it has we set a user and right here. I think we don't have to do anything, just this one. Okay, so right now I can just return this one, and then let's go back into our login, so we'll be able to destructure this from here. And then let's just call this one, so we can do await. We can have the prevent default just like from our signups. So I can do e.prevent default. So this one is just don't want to our page to reload, and we have to async await right here. And then so we're gonna pass this one is gonna be email.current.value, and we're gonna have a password.current.value as well. Okay, nice. So right now we can go back in here. Let's say, for example, I click this button without giving anything. So this one, as you can see, that we have an error, email and password cannot be empty. So let's try to log in. So demo@gmail.com. So I remember password is gonna be 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's log in this one. All right, so as you can see, we'll be able to log in. Very nice. I'm going to admins. Perfect. So, but as you can see right here, our email, our password is our error is just stay here. So we want to reset and pass the error message as well. So for that, I can go to auth right here. If it's returned successfully, I can set the error to, let's say, nulls for now, which is empty string. So this is what we want to do. Okay, very nice. So right now we be able to do this. So the next thing is what we want to do. We can do forget the password. So go back into our login. I can create another functions right here that do forget password or reset password right here. I can do on click. So but first I'm gonna implement the forget password, the error forget password right here first. All right, so for this one, I can do this, and then I can just copy reset password right here. Nice. And then this one is gonna be a things await, and then I'm gonna call auth service, not auth provider, auth service dot reset password, and then we need an email. So then we can pass an email from here. Okay, so and then this one is going to, so let's see what is going to return us for this one. So for this one, it's gonna return us the object of the email of the error. So what I can do here. So this one is going to be, I think we can just return an empty object right here. And then inside here, we can destructure an error. The reason that I return the empty object right here, because I returned an error right here as an object. So as you can see, that's why we need to give that an empty object, because I destructure here, otherwise it's going to fail. Or we can change something a little bit. We can just return the error message from here, right? So then, oops. So then for this one, we don't have to return anything. So we can just have an error, or we can just have an error right here. So what we can do, we can check if there's an email. I think it's like we can check first before we doing this one. If email, we're gonna do this. Otherwise, we're gonna set an error for this one to be email cannot be empty. And now we can check if there's an error. We can set error as well with an error that we have. And then otherwise we stop there. Else if there's no an error, we can do router.push. So it's similar to this one. So I can just copy and paste this one right here. Voila. And then we can reset a password. We pass it here inside our login. We can get this one and we use it right here. And we can reset a password. We can just call this one right here. So right now, if I would go back, if I click the reset password, so as you can see, first argument fail email must be a valid strings. You can see that. So you need to pass a password for us. But I think there's something wrong with this one. Well, I think it's because that if there's an email, we're gonna do this. Otherwise, we cannot do empty. Because right now I did not pass any email. So let me refresh this one first. Let's see. If emails, I see, because I didn't pass anything. That's why it here. So what I can do is I can call something like this one. This one need to be it's because it's promise. So I'm gonna do a things, and we can do await right here. And then inside here we can put the email .current.value. Nice. So right now, if I refresh this one again, if I click forgot password, right now we get our custom message. All right, let's try to do reset our password. Codings demo@gmail.com. So I'm gonna click forget password, and it's gonna redirect me here, which is really nice. Then I should see the email sending to me soon. So I'm gonna refresh this one. Hopefully we can get it. There you go. So right now I'm gonna click this link to reset the password. So right now you can see it's give us an option to reset. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 this time, and I click save. And then as you can see right here, we have a continue. So the continue here, it will go back me to the login. There we go. So because if we check the author is right here, as you can see, we specify like the localhost 3000 here /login. Nice. Right now I can do, all right, so for this one, I think I should copy an email. So, all right, so maybe I can just type it. Daily web codings, gmail.com. Oops. And then inside here, I'm gonna give a password 5678. This one, and can I log in? Yes, voila. But there you go. So right now we be able to reset the password. Very nice. Okay. That's pretty much it for on the login part. So if you want to delete account or update an account, I think we can just do it right here. Because inside, unless we authenticate, unless we are logged in already, we can be able to do it, right? So let's do that. So to delete the password, we're gonna implement this one inside our admin. So I'm gonna create another one button. It's gonna be called delete account. we're gonna have a delete account. So for now, we just have a button. So first, we're gonna implement the functionality of it first. So let's go into side this one. I'm gonna copy the function name, create a new function right here. It's gonna be an arrow function, and we can call await auth service. Yes, dot delete account. So from this delete account, let's see what does it return. It's return nothing, or it return an error. Okay. So I'm gonna have an error right here. I'm gonna set an error if there's an error. There you go. And then I can delete an account. Voila. So inside our admin, I can destructure the delete account from here. And then I can just pass it just like here. So when we unclick this one, I can just call delete account. But I think I don't want to do it now because I delete account. I have to redo it again. I have to create again. So for our final functionality is going to be the update password. So for that, we're gonna do that first, and then we're gonna click the button delete account. So let's say for that, I can go into login. I can just copy and paste the form right here. And let's say handle update password. Okay, so I can create a function for this one. And then for this, all right, so for now we just can keep this for now. I can do reset password. We can do update password, not reset. And then the type of this one is gonna be password. Now we're gonna copy two things. It's gonna be this one, use ref right here. And then I can go ahead and paste it right here. Also, we need to import this one on top. Nice. This one need to be called confirms password. And then we're gonna provide a reference here. I think this one should be ordered something like this one. Nice. So now what we can do is we can do e.prevent default. So we don't want our page to be refreshed. And we're gonna implement the core functionality inside our auth hooks right here. So we can do update password. So I'm gonna do const update password. It's gonna be equal. It's gonna be equal to async functions. Oops. And then inside here, we're gonna get two things from this one. It's gonna be first is confirm password and the password. And now we can check this one first before we update the password. If this one is equal, we're gonna do the update. So we can do await auth service, not auth provider, dot update password. And then we can just pass any password we want. So because right now the two is actually equal. So let's see what we can get from this one. So it either return us this message or we can have an error. So for now, I'm gonna destructure an error message. I think maybe we can have just an error. Let me take a look at the account right here. Okay, because this one is right here. Right, that's fine because we have an error. I want to change something from here because this one return us a string as well. So maybe we can just return this one right here. Okay. So right now, if we go, we should have an error message. So this message right here could be the correct one as well. After we do the done, and we set an error message, and we have an error message right here. Should be that password does not match. Okay, so this should be an error message, and then I'm gonna pass this update password to this one, and then we can get it from here. I think I should be able to call it right here. So I'm gonna do async, and I can do await from this one, and then I can pass the confirm password dot current dot value And then I would do the other one. It's going to be password. Oops, sorry. Password.current.value. Okay. Very nice. So right now you can see if I do this not much, as you can see, password is not much. Voila. And now I'm gonna update this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And okay, so because sometimes we have this things right here. The reason that we do here is because we implement this functionality because we log in before and then we implement this functionality. So that's why they say this operation is sensitive. So what we should do is we need to log out first, and we're gonna do this one later on. Okay. So what we can do is to log in. So I'm gonna do login right here. Oops. And then I'm gonna give password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess. All right, very nice. And then I'm going back to login. I'm trying to update the password. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right now this update is done. Very nice. So I'm gonna log out again. I'm trying to log in again. Oops. Gmail.com 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And voila, so we'll be able to log in as well. Very nice. And the last one is I'm going to delete the account. So I click here. Okay, so we have this error. I think that's, let's look at that, why we have this error. I see, because this one should be only a string, but I return this one as an error. Because if we look at as an object, that's why we got this error. Okay. So I think this one I should be returned as a string as well. From here. Okay, so right now, I think we have deleted the account. Let's say I'm trying to log in with my same account again. Or, oh yeah, maybe delete web codings. Demo at gmail.com. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I threw login, and you can say that this no user may have been deleted. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for this video. Maybe the core functionality for this one has finished, like everything that we've done. Also, I think that's pretty much it. Maybe the error message here might not be correct, but you could check out my latest. You can get all of this code from my GitHubs. I left the link in the description as well. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you like this one. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more. And for the next video, I'm going to do focus on TypeScript. So if you want to see that, leave it down in a comment. And also, I'm working on the projects charting application that requested by our viewers, and I'm working on it. So hopefully I can do that soon. And the projects, a little bit about it is I'm going to work with TypeScript as well. All right, so see you guys in the next video. Peace.